to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel and anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you'll find in the description box. Today, we're going to look and see what's going on with you and your connection. Now, for those of you that are new to my channel, know that I do like to look at the spiritual blocks and the karmic themes that play out. Yes, we look at all the other things too, but the reading's always a little bit longer because we look to see the blocks and the karmic themes, because those things are going to allow us to see what you need to do to heal, to balance out your situation, to shape shift your situation. See, there's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness is going to determine your habits and your your habits, your behaviorisms that are what manifest as the karmic themes. So when we want to change an experience, we just have to change certain elements. And it also allows us to know what your person's spiritual blocks are and how you trigger them and how to balance out the relationship. Because soul relationships, there's a really strong soul bond that's made up of unconditional love, which is the energy of God. You can't change that. That's the energy of the universe, right? You can't manipulate it. You can't destroy it. So you cannot just end it. You can't just say, I don't have feelings anymore. I refuse to have feelings anymore. It doesn't work like that. It's almost like we feel like we don't have any control. So these readings are helpful because they trigger us on an emotional level, and our mental state is like, I don't want to deal with this. But our heart, we have a soul connection, and that soul connection is through the heart. And we're like, oh, but I have such feelings and I can't control it. And so that's why love can make a person feel crazy, because the person's triggering, and then it's making you feel a certain way. And then you trigger the person back, and then it plays out, and then toxic relationships are formed because of unhealed trauma. And that's mainly what we're trying to do here. We're trying to heal the effects of psychic trauma, which happen within relationships. Otherwise, what happens is we just go into the next relationship and we bleed all over the next person, or the next person bleeds all over us, and we stay stuck in a karmic cycle that eventually turns into a karmic contract, where we feel that we are stuck with a person, that we can't get away from a person. So like I said, it's not just about what's going on within your connection. I like to say that because, like, if you just want to know surface, then this probably isn't your channel. Also, if you're looking for shadow healing, I want to share that I have subscriptions that start as reasonable as $5 a month. You get the inner child healing, you get the shadow healing, you get the reparenting, you get all the healing modalities that come with healing the effects of psychic trauma. We have to recondition our nervous system, so breath work, meditation, EFT, NLP, and a lot of other different modalities to help you recondition the body, mind, and spirit, to help you back into wholeness, because that's what it is. When we have trauma, we detach and we dissociate. So we don't really remember, and we live mainly from the mask part of ourselves, which is the illusion of who we want people to perceive that we are. It's not really truly who we are. So if you're dealing with someone that is living more from their mask, then there's someone that's going to be triggered all the time. And then it's really essential for you to know what you need, not just to balance out that your own energy, but it's to heal. Because when you live around someone that continually gaslights, it really messes up your mind. You condition your nervous system, you condition the way that you think. And so sickness and disease a lot of times comes from that, comes from staying connected to the wrong person, someone that keeps you stuck in a place of limitation and disempowerment. So if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you have to be ready to hear the message. You have to want to do shadow healing. So that's number one. It's not that I don't tell you anything good. It always goes into soul's path, because a lot of times we transmute our wounds into spiritual gifts. Healing is about seeing your situation from a different perception. It's evolving into a higher state of consciousness, which shifting out of fear into a place of love. But that means we have to go back into the wound and integrate it. So the card out is going to be nervousness. So there's only two energies, love and fear. So already the card that you're going to write in your comment bar is going to be nervousness. But that is always the underlining energy of your reading. And can I tell you, as soon as I tap into that, I get nervous myself, right? The word nervous, it's like, well, I feel like you're connected to someone that's very nervous, and it's because they're in disconnect from you, but they're just nervous about their life. I feel like you're connected to someone that continually sabotages their life. They can make their life look really good for a certain amount of time, but then they get in their own way. They have a lot of unhealed trauma. And I believe that you're a highly sensitive person, Virgo, and you didn't grow up in the most balanced environment. So relationships tend to be a little bit tumultuous. I feel like you always get yourself into a good relationship, but those type of people that aren't healed tend to come to you. And if you weren't as cautious as you are, which have many highly sensitive people that they just are, because they're using all their senses to really intuitively listen to what they feel about a person. But believe that you're that way because of the people that you grew up with. So you're holding on to nervous energy, because when you have been conditioned in a certain environment to hold on to that energy, it's a condition. It's that you actually feel like it's a part of you when it's not a part of you. That you might be someone that always feels like you have anxiety, that you're always nervous, that you're not comfortable in your body. That's a condition, and that's a condition that you have from the environment that you grew up in, and also from your unique constitution of being a highly sensitive person. And this person that you're connected to is a highly sensitive person, but I believe they also hold that energy that you need to cleared, because you keep bringing in people that tend to be tumultuous because of their nervous energy. Person that doesn't feel good in themselves is not going to have, it's going to always come from a place of fear. When we do things from a place of fear, we do not get the right outcomes. They always will turn out to be some karmic lesson involved in the situation. So let's see how that plays out. I don't know why, but I'm being told to start with this deck. And this is a pretty positive deck, I think, anyway. I mean, it does tell us what spiritual things are, but I feel like the other decks, when we're looking at shadows, we can see all the behaviorisms. So with this deck, we are able to see what type of connection that it is. So you are my true love, my heart and my soul. So again, your person is nervous because I feel that they didn't know who they were dealing with when they first met you. And I feel like you're also someone that's very humble. You're not just somebody that's sensitive, but you're very nice. You're very sweet. People tend to think that you're overly nice, that that you're a deep person. And your person knows that you're a true person. And I don't think that when they met you, they gave you the time. I feel like this person and you have been in separation for a bit of time, and they have observed you from afar. And this is how they know we are coming into union. They feel as if that you're coming into union because they're healing. They're almost like they're not coming from a balanced perception. Remember, this person is not in a good place. So they feel the spiritual connection, but they're not grounded. They're not coming from a balanced place. So their perception is distorted. So I'm feeling like your person and you are in separation, but they're healing themselves and they're starting to realize what they want. And they see that you're a part of that, their life, or what they want their life to be. And that's why they feel like you're coming into union, because they can still feel you. And with soul connections, you can, because there's an EFT connection. Wow, good. Well, 3 came out, and I'm going to take all 3 then. I'm going through physical and emotional ascension symptoms. I need space to rest. But from a higher perspective, I'm releasing old energy. So your person is actually like healing. And I've been getting a lot of that the past few weeks. So in order for us to release fear, we have to like, in order to release fear, we have to be aware of what we're afraid of, right? We have to be able to see what's not working in our lives. And I feel like you were part of that, meaning they didn't handle you the right way, but you were just one thing of many things that weren't working. And so they were going through a dark night of the soul, because to have physical and emotional ascension symptoms, we can only ascend when we clear that trauma. The energy held in the body, felt as stress, is that trauma. But it started as psychological and emotional imbalance. And this is physical and emotional imbalances are what is being released, which is trauma. So what I'm feeling is, again, your person was a little bit of a player. They didn't really want to commit. They gave a lot of mixed messages, and now they have an idea that you're their person. They're also nervous, and they've never been nervous before. So I feel like they're also talking to themselves, saying that they feel that it's going to work out because they can just feel that it's a soul connection. So they're not, again, coming from this balanced perception of truly getting to know you and nurturing the connection, because they have intimacy issues. And that person would have intimacy issues when they are clearing physical and emotional trauma. And that's pretty much what is happening. So, but what's getting them through is they long for your kisses, but it's like, and I'm feeling like the passion. There's a very strong passion connection, and that is what happens with soul relationships. We wouldn't stick around long enough to learn to actually ascend into a higher level of consciousness. It's something that happens within life, and it's usually a dark night of the soul. Things, again, are not working, and that's how this reading started off. Someone's nervous because they feel like you're going to move forward. They feel stuck in where they are, but they feel stuck in where they are because they keep getting keep getting in their own way. They make their life look good, and then they get in their own way and they sabotage it, and then this is a repeating cycle for them. I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. And so again, this low self-esteem, which is why they are in a place of healing, going through a physical and emotional ascension symptom. So this person is not going to be the same after they come to you. You know what I mean? After they go through this, rather, when they come to you, they're going to be somebody different, is what I'm feeling, because like I said, there was a bunch of things that were going on in this person's life that have made them go through this ascension process. But a person can't go through their ascension process unless they want to go through an ascension process. So let's see what they're going to do. and how they feel, or if they're ready to even come towards you. This person may feel that they need a lot of healing, and you may be just someone that, again, that they really have feelings for, and they say that they're going to come, but they may, not really feel like they'll ever be ready. I don't know what I want. This person is afraid. They know that you are somebody that lives by your truth, and that you would expect them to step into their best version of themselves in order to be with you. And they, like I said, this person is not really coming from the highest state of consciousness. They played a lot of games. They were used to being a player. They're used to getting a lot of attention. They're used to not having to grow up. They're used to having everything their way, never compromising. So, like I said, I believe that you've come into their life because they're supposed to. I find you incredibly attractive with the passion. See, that's the thing. So do not give this person. Do not give this person, because they do not know what they want. It's like, but they will tell you what they want. And I'm going to tell you that because they don't know what they want, and they don't know whether they have what it takes. So there's a sense of not feeling good about themselves, not feeling like they have enough, and being nervous. So they're not going to be able to really creatively think, and when I say creatively think, I mean, think of ways to win you over. Think of ways to creatively sell themselves to make you trust them, like them. It's almost like this person is nervous about what they did in the past, that the way that they would come in is not exactly a balanced way, because they're just coming from a passion state. So they're not looking at the consequences. They're not really looking at truly, there's no plan, is what I'm trying to get at. And part of why this person likes you is because you walked away, I feel. You said, I have respect for myself. I don't need to put up with this. There was someone interfering in our relationship. Yeah, because your person always has people on the back burner. They always have people on the back burner. It's because they don't really form those deep, intimate connections. But the people that are in their life give a lot, do a lot, and for a long time think that they're the only ones. And then what happens is they realize that they're not the only ones, and then they try to get the relationship back to that, honeymoon phase, when your person would what do you call that? Not gas. Well, it is a form of gaslighting, but love bomb them, get it back to that love bombing. And so people that are empty tend to fall for that. People that are, when I mean empty, I mean emotionally, they haven't received anything, maybe from people, and maybe their mother and father, family members, friends, relationships. They're not getting enough from those sources. And then they also don't feed themselves, meaning put their time towards things that are going to emotionally fulfill them, that which would be like a hobby, and putting their time in where they're connecting to other like-minded people. It's like they're not doing enough for themselves. So your person assumed that you weren't one of those people. So what they realize is that you're not. That's why they're nervous and feel like you're going to move on, because I feel like they can feel it. So that's why I'm saying they feeling this energy, like they're going to try and come in fast. Ooh. I check on you from afar. That person, like I said, and that was also a tactic. They want you to come to them. They want you, and there's a sense that this, Virgo, and you're like, well, I'm not going to go to you because you don't give anything, and you've witnessed them also from afar. So you notice what their character is. And that's why you stay back and they see what your character is. And I feel like you have very high vibe and light energy, and they have kind of low vibe energy. But there is a soul connection, and that's made up of unconditional love. And that transcends all time and space and even dimensions. It's very difficult for a person that's a low vibration to raise their vibration to a high enough consciousness. And what I see is your person is like, I don't know whether I can do that. All that. They see how you are and understand everybody can. It's a priority, and that is what your person is like fighting with. Like, I don't know whether I can actually let go. I want to work things out. But they eventually, again, there is a part of them that does want to work it out. But like it said, after they check on you from afar, and what they're realizing, I feel like, is that they become so obsessive in the connection that they're just like, why am I even like staying away from this person? I'm still watching. I'm still care. It's like I'm seeing that my tactics aren't really working, and they still have feelings. And being that they still have feelings, they surrender their ego, is what I'm seeing, because they're like, well, at the end of the day, I feel like I can't move forward. I thought that I could move forward. I think that your person really thought that they could move forward, and what they see is, I really can. And the people that hold on to me, like, just, they fed my ego, and that was enough for me before I knew what a real connection was. And a real connection is one that you don't really have control over, that it's the one that you keep returning to. It's the person that is always on your mind. And what we see here is that you are always on this person's mind, and they want to work things out. Now, let's see whether or not you want to work things out with them. Now, it's a collective reading, so some of you are going to be yes, and some of you guys are going to be no. But for those of you that would want yes, a different protocol, obviously. I'm afraid of commitment. See, are you a little afraid of commitment? Because that's what just came out. And that could be too, because you're like, I don't know what it's going to look like. I just got out of a bad relationship, or I was in a long-term relationship for a long time. And though I like you, I see a lot, and I always attract this. I don't know whether I want to put the work in. That's what I'm feeling, Virgo. That yes, you're attracted to this person, but you're like, I don't really know. But you're both kind of in the same energy. You are always on my mind. We got a lot of mirroring energy here. It's like the same energy, like literally, like so you know that this is a soul relationship, and I'm feeling like you're like, if it's gonna work out, it's gonna work out. Like, you've almost surrendered it to the universe, because you kept seeing that this person was giving you a lot of mixed messages. Like, you can feel that they are always around you. You can feel that they have love for you. But what they show you is sometimes they show that they don't care. Sometimes they're in, sometimes they're not. They wanted to treat you like everybody else. They didn't want to really take the time to get to know you. But that wasn't because of you. That's because they had a lot of trauma themselves. That's why they're going through physical and emotional ascension symptoms. They're clearing that right now. Like I said, I believe that you are part of the reason why they are releasing it and having you in their life and making them change, really surrendering their ego. And here it is, you feel the same exact way. So there's unconditional love, to the point that sometimes there could be jealousy and possessiveness on your part, where this person is also that way. So there's a lot of passion in this situation. So what I'm feeling like is that this is a twin flame connection, that you walked away from this person, and now this person is realizing after trying a lot of different ways to get you back that were very not successful, but worked with other people that they had in their lives, like low vibing people that they were in. And I feel like they still had people attached to them, but that used to make them feel good because they used to need that to build their ego, to make them feel secure, but they were always expecting people to give and they never gave. So they never really manifested good relationships. And now they, again, see the difference where they didn't before. So they have to release not just the ascension, but change their life. So this could also be that they have someone jealous and possessive in their life, and they're going to need to set the appropriate boundary for that. Like, again, a lot of mirroring energy, because literally I check on you from afar. So you two, again, even though you might be separated, have really kept an eye on each other for a very long time. It's a soul's connection. That's why there would be a lot of jealousy and possessiveness on both sides. There's triggers. We wouldn't get triggered unless we were really passionate about someone and they were not making us feel secure. And that's what happened. Your person didn't make you feel secure. You just walked away. And now this person is like realized. But they're not coming from a place of wanting to be jealous and possessive. They're actually coming from a place of realizing they want to work things out and that they're healing, and you're part of that. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know whether you resonated, and if you did, give me a like, comment the word in your comment bar, which was nervousness. And like I said, so like, subscribe, write the word, and you'll know if I chose you if I write the word winner underneath. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.